Good evening. So I guess the title of this book is a little sinister, but it's called Find Him Where You Left Him Dead by Kristen Simmons. The story follows 4 different main characters: Dax, Owen, Maddie, and Emerson. Like, the 4 of them used to be part of a 5-person friend group only 4 years ago. They all went into this cave by the river to play around with a deck of cards. Like, the cards had a bunch of writing on them in like Japanese, and they don't really know how it's supposed to be played or what kind of game it is, but they treated it kind of like charades. Only 5 of them went into the cave and only 4 of them came out of it again. Like, their 5th friend disappeared and they believe that he probably died, although in truth none of them really know what happened that day. But now it's 4 years later. They're all in or around their senior year of high school, and like, that disappearance threw like this huge wrench in their group dynamics. Like, none of them are the people that they were back then. Like, it, well, unsurprisingly, was a traumatic incident which all of them kind of want to forget, but at the same time can't really leave behind. Like, one of them's dropped out of school and is engaging in a lot of self-destructive behavior. One of them is just sort of drifting about, like, after his mother committed arson, like set his house on fire and was sent to the mental hospital. Like, that's, like, he hasn't been in school either. And there's like, one of them joined the swim team and doesn't associate with her old friends at all anymore, and kind of the same for the theater person. But one day all 4 of them get a really bizarre visit from Ian. So that's the person who disappeared, only it's not really Ian, it's more like various monsters, I suppose, wearing his face, and he wants them to go back to the place where he disappeared and to finish playing the game that they began. Like, they're not terribly thrilled at the idea, but at the same time there is this potential promise that maybe they will be able to find out what happened and possibly even save the person who disappeared. Like, so in any case, they all decide to go, and when they begin to try to like remember like how they played the game and like what they were doing, they end up getting pulled into a completely different universe called Mado, where there are a lot, like, it's full of monsters and things that draw kind of loosely, I think, from Japanese mythology. And they end up having to go through a number of different trials and collect a number of different items in order to, like, 1, possibly save their friend, and 2, find a way back home again. So let's see. I'd say this is a very Halloween kind of story to me. Like, Elena asked me if it was scary, and I guess to me it is not particularly scary. It depends a little bit, I guess, on what scares you. There is a great deal of blood and gore. Like, that would probably be my dislike for this story. So think the really over-the-top Halloween decoration kind of thing, where you have, like, you know, spiky bushes full of not quite dead bodies and cannibals and, all that more grotesque stuff that people use to decorate on Halloween. So, that kind of graphic goriness, I guess, is very prevalent throughout everything in this alternate world. Let's see. But something that I liked, there was actually, at least in my opinion, a decent amount of, maybe not humor, but things written in a way that kind of amused me, and like the weird world feeling was very strong, even if it wasn't a world that I found particularly interesting. But, like, I always remember one of the opening scenes with Dax that I really enjoyed, where he, like I told you, they all got visits from like some type of monster, while his is the only one where it wasn't their dead friend. Like he's brushing his teeth and watching this monster pull himself out of the toilet, and all he does is he brushes his teeth faster. And like I think that whole series of images in my head was just kind of amusing, I guess. Oh, and also a heads up, I suppose, that this does, like, I would technically consider the ending fairly decent, although it does end on a bit of a cliffhanger. Like, there is apparently a book 2.